Yeah.
And it looks like UCal may, in fact, actually be playing the Jace mid, because even though Rich has liked to play it, and you mentioned how that could have been a first pick angle for them, it makes sense in mid, especially with the Talia lock-in. So for Nidalee Atlas, there's two things. You know, we talked about how Sponge had a pretty good... Oh, hold up.
Speaking of Sponge, he's going to make his way in, misses an almost point-blank spear, but it does not matter. That is still first blood. And all right, I reckon, like, if he didn't have his license after the last game, I'm giving it to him now.
Here for BNK, see if they can link some CC together here.
Yeah, they are going to come on over. Sponge able to take the first one away, and even connects the spear there onto Raptor. Actually wasn't expecting that one to land because there were so many things in the way. Now, can Sponge get another little cheeky steal? Looks like the answer is going to be no, because Raptor still has Smite, but now Kellen could be in trouble. Has to flash out of the way of the spear. Sponge can't make up his mind, but it looks like DRX do have this kill locked down for themselves, although Kellen just does the walk strategy and he's going to be fine. Sponge, on the other hand, not so much. About 300 health here as BNK do make their way out.
Actually, kind of a big win for them.
Yeah, now BNK looking to grab the first dragon as well, so most of the grubs and the first Drake. That feels pretty nice, especially when it is that Hex Tech. Cloud going to be next on the menu, so no Cloud Souls, but still some pretty spicy dragon options. So I think that BNK is going to have to give this one up.
Looks like it.
Raptor is going to come in, clears out that control ward, as at least the first one of the grubs is going to be taken here by DRX. Andal getting some vision up and available for himself as Rich with his teleport up and available. Okay, UCal is just getting a bit of the clear treatment as Primal Surge comes in to keep him alive. Teleport comes up towards that top side as well. That is one grub apiece out of these. As Vikla comes over, that should be the confirmation. As never mind, that is a max range spear to even out the grub take. And everyone is out of here. You got a Warrior Trickster to get Raptor out. Teleport's coming forward. We are committing. Beautiful. That's going to guarantee a dragon here for DRX. That's going to even out their feats of strength, I guess.
Yeah, let's see.
As far as that objective is concerned.
Let's see what soul we get here. Pretty curious about it, because these compositions will.
What do you reckon it's going to be?
I'm kind of feeling Infernal.
Oh, it's okay. It's the opposite of Infernal, as now Clear is just going to take it easy here on this bottom side.
Really controlling vision. There just hasn't really been an answer for BNK just yet, and
there's that Eclipse Shield that we were talking about. Of course, Clear, if he does manage to land a few of these empowers, things are looking good. There he goes, denies a cannon there as well, as Andal's going to come through. That time, the public execution's going to land, and Clear, does he have enough of a counter-strike? That's the question. He's burning, 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 but it's not going to be enough. I think he ate a cookie there to make sure he stayed alive, and it worked out beautifully. Solar Flare goes entirely wide as Sponge is turning up to protect his mid laner. Kellen is actually going to take a big ride as now Sponge able to help Lazyfield grab a kill before going down, as now UCal coming on over to help with this one. That dive was a mistake, and DRX punish.
Now, that was a huge punish there from DRX, so the wave was cleared out early, and so much damage taken from Kellen. The collapse was super easy to play out there.
Really clean Jace playing. Diablo's dead. Diablo's dead.
That didn't look like it. We'll have to wait and see.
And Clear is now in a whole host of trouble because there is a Jace coming in. Rich might die before he gets here. His Grandmaster's Might helping him out, but UCal's running real quick, and he's just getting thrown around there to the skies. As you said so eloquently before, I mean, he does that again, and that's another dead player on the side of BNK.
They will get the turret here, but DRX have already gotten the first one, so
maybe DRX are just a really good team. Not quite there as cleanly as what DRX have been doing. Of course, they haven't had a lot of pressure on them, right? So there's not a lot that's stopping Andal from just orchestrating, their vision layouts as he sees fit. And that's something I think BNK need to be looking out for.
Sneak those grub scenarios into their favor and then kind of opt out of fights, but see what they can do to UCal here.
Yeah, Seismic Shove is going to connect. Solar Flare this time is going to work out, as UCal may take one with him, as Kellen's really dead. Decent Magnet Storm is going to help take that one down, as Andal, he'll claim the kill. BNK will be able to make it work, though, by being able to pick up the turret, trading 1 for 1. It's not the end of the world, but they'll give away Shelly. And DRX are going to look to push even further on this top side. As Clear, he is Jax, pretty good at dealing with a dive, but as soon as that counter strike's down, it's going to be a tough time. And Lazyfield, man, he's really starting to do some damage with those 2 items he's already put together.
Yeah, now Vikla is going to get some damage done to this turret here, but you trade 1 for 1 on the bottom side, push the Jax out, get a turret here. It's not really a big enough win here for BNK.
For some reason, crashes it straight into a wall, so that was obviously a bit of a mistake. It's fine. Thought it was kind of fun, sort of the idea, but now Shelly is just going to march past them. And old Diablo is going to get tagged there as Kellen taking so much damage. Yukao will just kill him. Sponge over the wall there as well. No safe place for this Leona to go. And Raptor took most of his health bar, incidentally, from what I kind of saw.
You know, BNK were able to kind of opt out of 2 risky fights on both grubs here in this first game, but they weren't willing to do the same about this Otacon, but they were so low on health. Sure, they stopped the Otacon, they were able to get it in a reset, but they took so much damage in doing so, they were never going to the follow-up fight, and then Kellen going in there at the end of that one was a little bit puzzling. I suppose he just wanted to make sure Vikla could get out.
And they're making this more poke composition than anything else work very, very well.
Well, they played the early game, and they were able to get so many picks so well, and the backfire of the play topside into Yukao, for example, just gave them such a gold lead that the poke composition is hitting harder than it's supposed to right now, and it just makes it so difficult for BNK. Before, and it went even harder now. Baron spawns in 45 seconds. They're going to have so much vision for that. Rich maybe in danger.
Rich may die as Public Execution is going to be put on cooldown. For fun, as Yukao's going to be able to take an inner turret for it. Remember, that is just the Otacon buff removed. So Rich, not too worried about it. Completes his second item. Yes. To learn it in this series, though, Wolf,
no,
I was not.
DRX is just so smart today.
This is actually just a really beautifully played, like, poke and side lane composition. You know, the smoke and mirrors is, that's just engaged from Ondil. Kellen is going to be able to Zenith Blade, but it's a double kill for Lazy Feel. And I feel like he's putting in the work. He's named incorrectly in this particular game because this guy is doing heavy lifting in these fights.
Half KP. Well, we may have to hold our thoughts on this for a moment because we are going to have a contest here by BNK.
Yep, True Shot Barrage comes in as Andal. That was an interesting maneuver, but I liked it. I think it was just a Hex Flash, having a bit of fun there as very low health bars here on DRX. There's the steal from Raptor! Oh no, he still has a smite button. That Cyclone also getting so much value. Remember, Otacon I think is still here. No, it's just worn off. As Clear is not going to be able to survive, but Diablo playing that one out very well. Yukao there with an auto attack though. So he's going to be able to take him down. Baron on the rift though for BNK. The Dragon, Lazy Feel going to start this one up immediately.
I love this.
Solar Flare just gets a slow onto Sponge as the Weaver's Wall comes in. Kellen not really finding very many buttons as Andal keeps Vikla out of there. That is going to confirm the Ocean Soul as True Shot Barrage not getting a lot of value. And the Void Seek also not going to connect now. Rich going for a bit of an engage as Raptor cycloning just to try and save his skin. Kellen desperately engaging, but he's going to go down. These health bars are so low. They get away from Clear so comfortably. Does Lazy Feel, and Vikla is now running away. The Shock Blast tags the cheeky monkey trying to escape. And it is only Vikla left. I think DRX are going to say goodnight to this game right here.
I think so. And what a beautiful game for DRX it was.
Dear. Okay, teleport does come through because, of course, there is no CC on the Nidalee, so you don't need to be too worried. However, all this is going to provide Vikla is the ability to watch his Nexus turrets explode. And, oh, that's a nice little immune there, but it is not going to really do too much. Both Nexus turrets in the Nexus and DRX. I just want to say, gorgeous execution of this composition. Xerath was originally... Back when Azir first came out, Xerath was the counterpick. This was 2015, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll give you that Xerath outranges Azir in the lane, and he's great in the lane. The tin. Yeah, I always steal that phrase from you because it's one of the best caster terms I've ever heard.
I mean, it is very effective. Oh, that was not the teleport that you're looking out for. Interesting that he's taken teleport. Glad that we made a note of that, as Andal is probably dead. Yeah, he is. And so that doesn't quite work out. Diablo comes back with the items that he's looking for, and Lazy Feel, standing in the brush here, is going to be okay. Gets the flash out, trades it for his. That would have meant that that's a kill, or at least a cleanse. As Raptor moves in, swoops out this ward, actually puts down a control ward. I don't know about that one, as Raptor does have to flash. There are a lot of DRX bad guys set up here. Now the rest of his team moves over. Can this 3v3 work out? It's Kellen! Oh no, he's going to get knocked back by the Vault Breaker, and now it's a 2v3. Sponge going to have to flash to get out of the way, but the double knock-up is there from Ondil. And Diablo just grabs 2 kills. The minions get mad at him, but not mad enough. And Andal, I don't even know whether you win this 1v1, buddy. 3 people with the hail of arrows. Yeah. It stacked up Blight all over the place, and then hits like 3 with the piercing arrow as well. Like, man, And he's now 1,000 gold ahead, serrated Dirk in hand, and
Look
it's
at
only
the
going to
CS.
get worse.
I mean, there's no money for LazyFeel. He's just incredibly behind, even with 2 kills.
Yeah, Chains of Corruption comes down, and I don't know what Sponge is going to be able to do here as Andal gets on in, but Diablo, he's still at half health, and LazyFeel, he ain't doing anything about this. And yes, Andal gets out, but that is 2 very quick kills for BNK.
And Xin Zhao, like, you're going to skirmish a lot in the early game, and the Xerath is kind of like, well, I don't want any part of that, by the way. I think there's a little bit too many champions that can get on top of me over there, so good luck. I'm not going to join, and that is just the Dragon going over here to BNK. It's not as I mean, high prio is the Corki, where we're like, oh god, like that Corki game against T1 where you're like, ooh, this is just game losing before we even finish the draft, but it certainly feels very bizarre, and these are the kind of decisions we've seen DRX make sometimes that make you scratch your head a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, I think more egregious is just the blind Gnar out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, that's also weird.
Like, we don't need to make decisions like that.
It's going to make such quick work of this turret. By the way, 6 grubs for BNK, and he doesn't even have his Nashor's Tooth yet, but he just does so much. He will now have it, by the way.
Yeah, and they also, they just completed Feats of Strength by getting first Dragon as well as all of the grubs, and so we don't even see first turret blood from LazyFeel. He'll take that trade any day of the week, though, because this turret continues to go lower and lower. And all right, let's see whether Sponge can make this happen. There's the Vault Breaker flash as they try and land all the buttons, and they will be able to successfully do so. Yukal hits the ulti. That's going to work out. Andal taking a fair bit of damage as LazyFeel is dead to a Q. And he presses the ultimate button just to clear out the minion wave.
It's okay, you got to kill. The build of Yukal in this game, too, of the first Archangels, does kind of tell some of the story of how scared he is into the enemy draft.
Yeah. Okay, Raptor flashing. Sponge is really dead, guys. Super duper dead. It's going to take a little bit of time, but eventually it is going to be the hail of arrows that locks him down.
He is pretty good when you consider Clear also has teleport. He doesn't have to worry about a Gnar bar or anything like that to come over here and manage this fight. Damage is going to be really strong. I think Sponge actually on Krugs.
Yeah, he didn't have the information that Raptor was there.
Set up a pick is going to be able to get it done because they're significantly far behind, and some of the best pick targets you're going to have are going to be like the Elise, who may be able to repel away. Vikla should be fine.
Well,
although
Sponge is just going to dive in. That is a max range bullet time to help lock that one down. Sponge almost dies. Turret calculated, baby. That is down to 10 health.
10 health. So I didn't think they were going to go for it, but he does ultimately just barely do it and kill while getting away. So I'll eat my words on that one. I thought Vikla was going to be fine. Had flash too, didn't use it.
Oh, Chains of Corruption going to land as the Mega Gnar is set up here for Rich. Doesn't get a wallop or anything like that, though. And look at Diablo. He's just standing his ground. Kellen able to land the cocoon. That's beautifully done. In goes Sponge, though. Looks for the opportunity now as Rich just smashes down Raptor. This could be the turn because somehow Yukal lived. Yes, there is a Crocodile pushing on the top side, and now Kellen is going to die, but Diablo is back, and Rich was an auto attack away from dead. Clear is now going to teleport in. Can the Vault Breaker actually work out, though? That's the question, as Rich is going to be taken out. Decent knock-up from Andal, but I don't know whether Sponge is making it out of this one. Does get a Vault Breaker. And he needs another one, but it's not going to work out. The Ruthless Predator. Oh, that was actually very, very cute.
It almost has flashback.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, really cute stuff, but Diablo just says no. Presses Q and he's dead.
Ultimately go down. His flash is like 1 second away, but he still gets sniped.
Well, speaking of Clear, he is going to kill Rich. Diablo is going to die, though. That's going to be a big deal. Lots of money over to Yukal. Honestly, that could be a turnaround, although it is still.
Dark Sealy's got a needlessly large rod in his inventory. It's going to give him a needlessly large amount of AP, and maybe that will be what helps them get back into this game. Right now, though, looking at Soul Point.
In doesn't actually get there. They do have information, but do they have access?
Gnar bar here for Rich is pretty big, but doesn't have flash.
Oh, actually, the Gnar bar control is really good. Not able to get the transformation as he makes his way in, but in goes Andal! They blow up the jungler! Sponge is in the pit! Can they kill him before it goes down? Oh my god! Articon is secured by Diablo, of all people! And now it is elementary. They'll take down Rich as well. It was so close! That turns out not quite as strong as maybe we once thought. There's Andal moving over. A possible little engage here on the side. Cease and desist coming on in. As Yukal going to be able to offer the damage. And there it is. Just rains down a bunch of arcane stuff on the Crocodile, and they'll sacrifice inner turret and inhibitor turret for it. And it's not worth. Vikla throws an ultimate to Narnia, but that's where it can go. It doesn't really matter too much. He's going to be sent home once again. LazyField almost dead, and every kill the BNK gets is a big deal. Diablo will go down. I don't think Raptor's getting too much more here, as there are 4 bad guys around him, and LazyField is just dead. My God, man. Because remember, it's 100 gold and like some blood petals or something if they go down, but the kills onto DRX, they stick.
Teleport in, which I think was the right call. So he still has TP, he still has flash, and he's pushing hard.
It's corruption going wide as Yukal has to flash. Yep. Andal able to battle dance his way out.
Health off. This Ocean Soul here is all but assured, though, for BNK. They have so much vision control here, and they're just not giving up the prio. Sponge going in.
Yep, looking at Diablo. They will be able to get on top of him. Will they be able to get the kill? That's the question. Is okay, Vault Breaker's going to do it. Kellen is extremely low. The bullet time says goodnight, and Kellen's just going to die. DRX doing it? My God, the Gnar onto 2, the knock-up from Andal. They are selecting their targets, and they are executing. And there is only one that's dead. They sacrifice only LazyField, and they will kill Clear here as they all chase after him. Sponge diving forward, and BNK, what kind of a lead is enough for you to win a series?
I know, it's the question I think we're all going to be asking. Even if they bring us to 3 in this one, the coaching staff is not going to be happy with these last 2 exchanges. Down 5,000 gold. And, I mean, all it takes is the right setup, all it takes is the right target selection.
Well, Raptor going to get the knock-up onto Sponge here as he ceases and desists. That's Clear diving into the backline. Emperor's Divide is going to pick off LazyField, and this time, BNK are actually going to find the team fight that they're looking for. Triple kill from Diablo, and that's what happens if you don't kill him in a second.
Nice attempt there.
The Arcana pulses are really hurt.
They really do. Nice attempt from Andal to try to set up the bullet time there. Had a really nice angle for his ultimate, but they're just still so far behind. TP here from Vikla will seal the deal. It looks like we're going to 3.
Yeah, looks like it, as Clear is going to push Yukal away. First Nexus turret will go down, and in pure BNK fashion, they are making sure they go the distance in the series as Kellen well and truly dead as that Arcana Pulse lands. But that is going to be them closing this one out.
Lee Sin into Corki makes Corki seem really strong here, actually. And now if it's top Corki, and he ends up flexing Lee Sin at the top here instead, that could work out.
So far, Sponge is going to be spotted on this ward, but is that going to be enough to actually save Diablo and Kellen here? Diablo with that burst fire does show Sponge that they know where he is. It's okay. Will the Qs land? What are we going to get as they immediately get rid of Kellen? That's a real comfortable one, and they actually drop the aggro so quickly. Oh no, now it is just Zeri by herself, but Raptor is coming up. Vikla is there as well. The Lee Sin's in mid, and Andal is most likely dead. LazyField going to give up the ghost, so it's a 1-for-1 in the end, as Sponge will find himself a bowling ball, but remember, Vikla is still here. So a dangerous maneuver.
Yeah.
As Sponge just walks up, avoids the Prowling Projectile, which hasn't really been hitting so much here, as Raptor puts the Dragon at 1 health and then just swings his flail around. That is plates going over, though, as DRX almost able to get 2 of them. Yeah, they can.
Lost, so I guess the idea is let's just keep Diablo at bay here, try to take away as much farm as possible, but not going to end up committing any further as Raptor is coming.
Yeah, immediate cleanse. It's really, really nice. In comes Clear, though, as Andal not going to be able to stand beside LazyField early enough, I don't think, as there's the flash forward. Diablo explodes and takes down the Ashes. There's the bowling ball, and we're getting a bit tired. Watch out, Ape is not even necessary as Sponge is running at Mark 10, looking for Clear and for Kellen. Winter's Bite will connect beautifully, and there's the spin. It's going to be a triple most likely, as Yukal, I think, is going to be gifted this one. Walks over, just needs a Tempest, does have to flash, as it was a lot of wandering here for the Lee Sin, but now he's online as well. He's playing this on purpose. We know that. And now Andal's going to miss the Winter's Bite. They do find the ulti, as LazyField is very dead, but can they get the rest of them out of there? That's the question. It's a double kill. That's a 4-in-1 Zeri.
Zeri moment.
We might be certifying it, Wolf.
I 100% am. 4 kills now. I mean, that's a gold lead you can really feel.
Yep, Sponge is going to be able to walk out with at least one of these, so not going to be giving away a feat of strength, but still, this is dangerous. Oh god, that equalizer placement pretty nice. Is now Clear trying to dance around. Rich finding some angles here as Vikla is almost dead, but he is not the main character. Arrow going to connect onto Raptor. And UCal going to be able to follow that one up really nicely. Sponge coming in, doesn't land the bowling ball, but it doesn't matter. He's going to spin around on top of the Piggy.
You know, some of these lanes a little bit better, but like, it's really the Lilia that's the big problem, the big lead, and she's very squishy, you know, she's very easy to pick, so if she's just blown up before a team fight happens, that could be huge, but Clear is the one who's in danger first.
Yep, there's the kick, there's the watch out heap there as well, but Clear is going to survive with the help of Kel and Vikla, able to take down a big shutdown on this Lilia. And I feel like UCal isn't quite getting the value that he's looking for, and now he's taking the turret when he really doesn't want to. Extender beam coming on in there as DRX, they're not going to be distracted. They want to kill the Corki, and they will be able to do so, as Raptor going to be able to grab the second dragon here at the same time.
Yeah, this is, you know, with that shutdown onto the Lilia, still massively ahead over Raptor, but you know, in terms of what these champions do, the Sejuani is okay being a little bit low eco.
Mobility, right? Because there's so much AoE on DRX, and if they do get her in range, then she dies very, very quickly. Just have to see whether UCal can execute it. Big deal. Although, I don't know whether Sponge is too worried, pulling Shelly out at this point in time. Rich going to be moving over. That teleport is going to be invested. Clear holding onto his for the moment. Immediate cleanse there from Diablo will make Captain Jack happy. But UCal, he just comes over. That's going to help secure this Rift Herald, and Clear now with some time in the bottom lane. Might be able to get something done as well. As Ando and Lazyfield moving back over. Door value is big.
But he needs to get here very, very fast.
Yep. Just went back and got that Hurricane as Clear is on a really long flank. I just don't know whether he's going to even possibly get here in time. Yeah, they're just going to trade for the turret. Raptor was thinking about a possible steal opportunity, and they're not even going to be able to get any meaningful damage onto this mid lane outer turret as well. UCal turns up. He's going to try and push Clear away
in this fight. Keep talking about these two players specifically because they hold so much power.
Oh, yeah. Oh, UCal looking for an opportunity here. Clear. That is not the face check you wanted. Not able to get to the wall in time, and that is just a barbecued Aurora. Lazyfield now fighting Vikla, and he's got Andal there in front of him.
Miles away, and this fight is so important. Everything else was so well set up, trying to come in and set up for this fight. Just like the last one, they were very late. Remember, they had the 2-item spike for Diablo, but he's not able to get to the Dragon fight in time. This time, Clear's way out in no man's land and gets picked. They didn't even get to have that said team fight. And BNK dropping the ball in terms of shot calling around vision. Don't overextend. Look for picks instead. And that's kind of what they're doing here so far.
Well, UCal going to get a kick onto Vikla here. Closes the gap. Vikla just sort of standing his ground as UCal may need some help. There is going to be a flash out from Vikla. He thinks that he'll be able to survive. The answer is no. And Clear, that's not the teleport you wanted to go for, my friend. That was not it.
Not even close. Unfortunately, Clear is really choking on this one and this fight.
Yeah, bowling ball moving over towards the Baron here as the door is given to Diablo. Fair bit of value. Knock up onto Raptor as Lazyfield is just throwing as many arrows into him as possible. Even the big one as UCal gets stunned up for quite some time. And they're just buying time, right? Now Otacon is in, and now they're not really too worried about dying.
Like, he's guaranteed dead by the time you're there. Look at the mid lane. The AD carry, your AD carry and your jungler are not even close to this location, so you're just teleporting into your death, unfortunately, in this situation. Yeah. It was just not the right call.
Even without the teleport to come in from Rich at the same time, it would have been pretty doomed as there's a kick. And Diablo is able to get himself out of the way. Arrow going to sail by majestically as well. Lazyfield looking for the opportunity as Vikla will finally turn up. What?
There, I guess. Anyway, that's going to be sole point here for DRX. 3 Infernal Dragons in a row for this insanely fed Lilia.
That is so much damage.
Like, click on her and let me see that AP.
Yeah. Lazyfield gets over there for the DPS, and they're chasing Rich for some reason. As the arrow is going to sail down, nails the jungler, and the Baron just goes down. And he was nowhere near, but still managed to hit him with the arrow, which is kind of cute. It's like you're doing your homework when you don't even really need to. As the knock-up on Vikla comes in. They're looking for a little bit more, though. Final chapter does come down. There's the equalizer trying to split up this fight. My God, the amount of damage is absurd. And the last little bit to come on through there as Sponge goes golden.
Sleep.
There's some sleeps as, oh no, this is Lilia's territory now. And UCal, he'll come on over. And yes, Diablo is pretty strong, but now he has no health and not a lot of opportunities. Still hard for him to get in range, especially without that Q being stacked up.
Diablo
Let's see.
Flash and the shield from the Yuumi.
Yeah, he's actually on the Gromp just to make sure that he can run as quickly as possible.
Hey, look at those little infernal shards on the ground. Speed them out of there. He lives. That's the end of the good news.
Yeah, because that has also bought enough time for Rich to take down an inhibitor turret on this top side of the map. He'll be able to take the inhib as well, as Raptor not going to be able to defend that, especially with the Baron. So BNK lose out on a big fight.
This is going to be a really tough series to recover from for BNK.
Oh yeah, Arrow going to connect onto Diablo as Raptor has that flank angle. Final chapter connecting. As, all right, will they be able to survive? They take down both the jungler and the AD carry. Vikla manages to get a little bit of redemption for Corki, but it's not going to put a W in that column, unfortunately. It is 0 and 12 territory we're heading to as Rich shows them the flamethrower, shows them the scrappy shield, and then just destroys cats and dogs next to the base. DRX gonna be able to take down the inhibitor turret in the mid lane. They'll take the inhib as well, and I don't think we're gonna get to an Infernal Soul because I don't know whether the Nexus will last long enough for that one to be relevant.
I don't think so. Tragic end really here to BFX. BNK here in what was a very winnable series, but ultimately fell too short here.
We know they have it in them. That's the biggest issue, right?
I know.
Equalizer making sure they're all slowed up. They're never going to get over to this Nexus, and DRX will dispatch of BNK.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.